doing topspin on that ball with an underarm toss path. Hi, I'm Coach Adam. Today I'm going to introduce the one-handed backhand to you. And if you've ever thought about learning the one-handed backhand and weren't sure, I have steps that I'm going to give you that you can walk through today and advance yourself and start beginning to apply the one-handed backhand and the fundamentals behind it. And that's where we need to start. The first thing that I want you to recognize with the backhand has to do with the path of the racket. And there's a lot of misunderstanding about the contact point and how the racket, if we're making contact like we are on the forehand and we're coming low to high but we're kind of brushing over the top, well, that's not so with the backhand. Imagine an underarm swing, and if I did that, basic softball pitch, let's say, an underhand toss, it's impossible for me in that position to create a backspin unless I turn my hand over and I did a flick. But with an open hand in this fashion, if I toss the ball this way, I'm going to get a forward roll. Now, that's important, and it's one of the very first things that I want to demonstrate. So again, I'm going to toss this ball here. You can see that it's rolling forward. It has a forward top spin motion, a forward motion. But look at what I've been doing with my arm. Look what I'm doing with my hand. So it's the first thing that I want you to kind of recognize. And it's going to help you understand the swing for a one-handed backhand. So let's look. The first thing that we're going to do is an exercise for the one-handed backhand. To teach yourself the one-handed backhand is you're going to look at swinging the racket as if you're hitting the ball behind you. So I'm just basically holding the racket up, and I want to hold it as if I'm cradling it like I've got a baby, an infant, a doll. This is the head. And I'm basically just letting the racket fall and rotate behind me. So it's this motion right here, and it's just my arm. I'm not turning my body, I'm not stepping in with my leg. And this is the first step for you in learning the one-handed backhand. And the contact point is behind me. Let me turn this way so you can see. So here we go. Look where the contact point is. This is not how you're going to hit the one-handed backhand, but it's the first thing that you have to understand is this movement. Getting the racket behind you here starts to develop the contact point of the ball. So again, I'm holding the racket as if I'm cradling it. If you've seen some of my other videos, the one where I analyzed Roger Federer and the open face backhand, it's that motion there. I'll do it real slow. It's open face, just my arm. There's my contact point. It's way back here. If I'm advanced, I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I'm making contact with the ball before it reaches me. Just keep that in mind. So the first step, again, is just allowing the racket to move as if I'm striking the ball backwards, behind me. Here I am here. It's behind me. I'm allowing this. I'm just going to do this over and over and over again until it just becomes routine. It's the motor plan we want to develop. All right, that's the first step. Grab some balls. I'm going to strike these this way so you can kind of see. I'm going to toss the ball over to my side behind me. I'm just using my arm to make contact, and I'm striking the ball behind me. So part one, you're just standing and you're learning to swing the racket and striking as if you're striking the ball behind you. Part two, you're taking the ball, you're tossing it over behind you, and you're making this contact over and over again. And you need to do that first to start develop just that, the contact point. Okay, let's move forward from there. The next step is to be able to turn the racket out with your left leg. So we're going to do that. We're just going to go out with the left leg, out with the left leg, and the racket is going to basically just come with it. So this is part 2. Now we're going to add another step. The left leg and racket. The racket's going to go back with when my right leg goes forward. So here we go again. Left leg and racket. Right leg goes forward and the racket goes back. Let me do it this way. Left leg, right leg, there's that open face. And then I'm just doing the same motion I did a moment ago where I was backwards to the ball. Okay, let's do that again. Left leg, right leg, the racket goes back, and then I'm swinging just with my arm. I'm not rotating my body, I'm not turning at all. So we can do that. Let me get 3 more balls. Left leg and racket, right leg and racket, and then I'm going to toss the ball out and just use my arm to swing. Left leg and racket, right leg and racket, and I'm going to hold it and just my arm to swing. Left leg and racket, right leg and racket, just my arm to swing. So we began with backwards to the ball. There we are. Then we're doing left leg, right leg, and just the arm, and striking out. Now, since we're beginning to strike balls, I want you to imagine that as you're striking the ball with your racket, it's kind of like a softball pitch. It's kind of like a underarm toss. As the ball comes out of my racket, it's like an underarm toss. And that's what gives it the topspin. It's that low to high open face, just like your hand was open as you were striking the ball. I'm going to strike one here, right to you here, but I'm under. Look at that. You can see the top spin on the ball as it's coming through. Let's do it with this one here. There's that nice little top spin, but I didn't roll the racket over. That's very important. I'm coming under like a softball pitch, a softball underarm toss. So let's recap. We started off backwards to the ball. Then we went to racket out with the left leg, right leg forward, and then just arm only. Left leg and racket, right leg out, and the racket goes back. Racket only. And when I make contact with the ball, mentally I'm thinking about as if I am striking the ball, as if I were doing an underarm toss. And remember, in the underarm toss, and try it. Can you make the ball spin backwards? No, it's going to spin forward. That's the motion we're going to get that top spin on the ball. We're not going to come over the top of the ball for our one-handed backhand. We're coming up and through, up and through. Okay, so we have that where we're just using the arm. Left leg and racket, right leg and just the arm. But now we're going to start getting some power and some pop into the ball. And how we're going to do that, this is the next step, is allowing the left leg to slide underneath. We'll do it without hitting a ball just yet. So left leg, right leg, and the racket goes back. And then as I swing, my left leg is coming through behind me. This is for a ball that is near you. You've been able to get to it quite comfortably. So again, left leg and racket, right leg, left leg comes through. Let me show you what that looks like here. Left leg and racket, right leg, left leg comes through with the racket, comes through. What is that for? Well, it's actually moving my body into the ball. I'm creating a little bit of energy into the ball by leaning into it and allowing my left leg to come through. That is for a ball that is close to you and allows your body to come into the ball as you're hitting. What do we do with the left hand? Well, the left hand is a stabilizer. The left hand can go down and it prevents you from turning in, because sometimes we don't need that. We are going to get to a turn in a sec here. But the left arm stays down. The left arm can go out, but I have to be careful if I do that, that I'm not over accentuating my swing, because whatever my left arm does is going to encourage my right arm to do the same. Let's move forward from there. Remember, a ball that was near me, I'm going to slide my left leg under. I'm going to slide my left leg under. Now, maybe I'm going a distance and I need to turn and come back into the court. So instead of my left leg sliding under, now I want to start applying, here we go, left leg and racket, right leg, and then as I swing, I'm going to let the left leg come through, because this allows me to get back into the court. Left leg and racket, right leg, I swing, I let the left leg come through so that I can get back onto the court. Right leg and racket, swing and come back. So it's another variation of that one-handed backhand. Again, that's what we're going to use for balls that I'm moving a little distance to off the center of the court, and then I need to recover and get back. I need that little turnaround, allowing the left leg to come through before I come back in. Here we go again. Left leg comes through and around. All right. What about our ball that is stretched way out? Actually, let me go back. Let's back up a little bit. Let me show you from the side what this one looks like, where I'm going to come through. So left leg and racket, right leg, hit, and I'm coming through this way. Left leg and racket, right leg, I'm ready, and I'm going to come through. It's a little discombobulated, but what you want to do is, you know, if you don't have to do it tossing the ball, you can do it tossing the ball, but you'll find that just shadow swinging a little bit first without it may be more beneficial. Let's look at the last one. This is the one-handed backhand where you are stretched. And when you're stretched, you're going to use your energy going away from you. Left leg and racket, right leg, and then I'm hopping out forward as I'm swinging with the left leg. Left leg and racket, right leg, I'm stretched. And I'm jumping forward in, but look, I didn't rotate. Only my body struck that ball. Left leg and racket, and there it is. I'm stretched. That is the method when you're really on the stretch, reaching for a ball. It all starts though by learning the contact point. Spend time being backwards to the ball and just striking it from behind. Okay, let's look at that from another view so that you can see the balls being struck over the net. Let's start again with that basic motion. The first step is going to be backwards to the ball. Think of it like a underarm toss. Underarm toss. I'm getting topspin on that ball with an underarm toss of my racket. Next step again. The next step is being able to turn left leg, right leg, just arm. left leg, right leg, just arm. Left leg, right leg, just arm. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the left leg to come under and slide under. That allows my body to lean into the ball and give it a little more power. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the ball that is a little distance away from you, not too far, but you need to recover. This is where you're going to allow the left leg to come around. So I'm going to hit, let the left leg come around, I can get back into the point. Let the left leg come around, I can get back into the point. It's not too far away. Oops, missed that one. It's not too far away. It's just a distance that I can get too comfortable, but I need to recover. And that's why I would let the left leg come around at that point. So I'm out wide, I let the left leg come around, recover. I'm out wide, let the left leg come around, recover. I'm out wide, let the left leg come around and recover. That's why you would use that position with the left leg. Rather than letting it slide underneath, I'm going to let it come around. Now the ball that you're stretched, now the ball that is really far from you, you are moving hard to get to it. The energy that you're producing at that point needs to continue in its path, so you're going to hop forward with that left leg into the ball. We're going to hop forward into that ball. Here we go again. I'm stretched. There's no way that I can get back, but look at the stability. Look at what I had to do with my left arm to keep myself in line rather than rotating and potentially mishitting the ball. Again, that's the ball that I'm stretched on. We'll do that again. That little hop with the left leg forward. We'll do that again. A little hop forward, stretched ball. Ball that's right at me, left leg's coming underneath, or not at all. All right, you have the beginning steps to work on that one-handed backhand. And the first thing you're going to be doing, probably the most you're going to be doing, is swinging backwards to the ball so that you learn where that contact is. And as you're doing that, you need to be thinking that the motion is nothing different than an underarm toss. And that actually produces the topspin on the ball. You're not trying to come over to the top of the ball, and that's a big mistake on the one-handed backhand, is players coming up over the top of the ball. All right, give that a try. If it's helpful, let me know in the comments. If you're enjoying these instructional videos, hit that subscribe button. Thanks guys, have a great day.